Welcome to the TMHP YouTube channel. In this video, we'll explain how ordering and referring only providers enroll. Ordering or referring only providers are individuals who are not currently enrolled in Texas Medicaid. These providers order or refer for supplies or services for Texas Medicaid eligible clients, and therefore must enroll in Texas Medicaid as a participating provider. As of July 3rd, 2023, audiologists and speech-language pathologists who treat Medicaid clients in a school health and related services, or SHARS, setting can enroll as ordering or referring only providers. The enrollment application shown in this demonstration is intended for individual providers who are not currently enrolled as billing or performing providers in either the Texas Medicaid or CSHCN services program, nor do they have an active billing identifier in either program. If you are an individual provider currently enrolled in Texas Medicaid or the CSHCN services program and have an active enrollment, you can use your current NPI to order or refer services. There is no need to enroll as an ordering or referring only provider. If you were previously enrolled as a Texas Medicaid provider but are currently inactive, TMHP already has an enrollment record on file for that NPI. This means you would need to create an existing enrollment request to add the practice location where you order, refer, or prescribe services for a Medicaid client. If you are a new provider needing to enroll, you should watch the Start New Enrollment video from the PEAMS YouTube playlist. Whether you need to create a new enrollment or update an existing enrollment, watch this demonstration for PEAMS tips and best practices for identifying as an ordering and referring only provider.
And we have successfully started our ordering and referring provider application. Located in the upper right corner is our request number. This number will be displayed on every page. Let's review the tabs on the left. Our goal is to obtain blue check circles for specific tabs within the PEAMS application. Certain tabs do not require any information to be entered, and we'll be sure to call those out. Remember, when completing an existing enrollment application, we are verifying or updating information that is already populated. For a new ordering and referring provider enrollment, we will enter this information in the first time. Let's start in the NPI Taxonomy Information tab. If information is not displaying, click Refresh Information located on the right side of the page to ensure it's pulling the most recent information from the National Plan and Provider Enumeration System, or NPES. After clicking Refresh Information, this tab will now show as being completed as indicated with the blue check circle. Ensure there is a taxonomy listed under the Eligible Taxonomies area. The taxonomies in this Eligible Taxonomies area will determine the provider type you can enroll as. If no eligible taxonomies are listed, you will need to add an eligible taxonomy. Go to NPES using the link on this page to add an eligible taxonomy. For an ordering and referring provider application, the services provided section is not required. Please do not fill out anything within this section. PEAMS will still allow the enrollment request to be submitted without this tab reflecting a blue check circle. Within the Provider Information tab, complete the required fields indicated with a red asterisk. Keep in mind, The Social Security number entered will be what is needed to electronically sign the HHSC agreement. Please ensure this field is entered accurately. Be sure to enter an email address, which will initially display as unverified. After completing all required fields, click Save on the bottom. Please disregard the revalidation date listed. Right now, we see the email is unverified. This will generate an email to the email address entered, and the email will receive provider enrollment notifications once it is verified. To verify the email address, click the link in your email and a message will display indicating it has been successfully verified. After seeing this message, go back to the Provider Information tab and click Save again. The email address will now reflect as verified. Next, let's click on the License, Certifications, and Accreditations tab. Within this tab, we need to add the license for your provider type. For an existing enrollment, you would click the three dots or ellipses to open up the license segment to confirm or update your license information. Here, we click the Add License, Certifications, Accreditations button, since we are enrolling a new provider. Once this is clicked, select License from the dropdown, the board from where your license was issued from, the license number, the type, the effective date of the license, current expiration date, and the state issuer. You do not need to add any certifications or accreditations within this tab. For an ordering and referring provider application, only the license is needed. After this information is entered, click Save on the bottom to complete this tab. We will now see a blue check circle listed on the License, Certifications, and Accreditations tab. Next, we'll complete the disclosure section. Within this section, read and answer the yes or no questions. If you click yes on any of the following questions, you may be asked more information like we see here. If the only question answered yes is, are you a citizen of the United States at the very bottom, then you do not need to upload any documentation for this. You will receive a message to upload documents when this question is answered yes. Just click Save and OK before moving on to the next section. To upload any documents for any other questions answered yes, you can attach these at the bottom using the Click here to select files link. For now, we will not upload any documents. A blue check circle will now display for this tab. For an ordering and referring provider, the accounting billing information and ownership controlling interest tabs are not required. Do not enter anything within these tabs. PEAMS will allow the request to submit without these tabs being completed. Okay, next we're going to click on the Programs tab over on the left. Once you click this tab, select Yes for acute care fee-for-service and No for all the other programs. After yes is answered for acute care fee-for-service and no is answered for all the other selections, click Save on the bottom to complete this tab. A blue check circle will now be reflected. Moving on to the Practice Location Information tab, click Add practice location to begin. A pop-up box will appear with the question, do you bill for services at this location? For an ordering and referring provider enrollment, select No, since an ordering and referring provider is not a billing provider. Another question will populate asking, are you a member of a group at this location? Answer no to this question and check the box below indicating you will not receive reimbursement from Medicaid clients. After completing this information, click Add Practice. On the left, we see two tabs that need to be completed: the Basic Information and Program and Services Participation tab. We'll start with the Basic Information tab. Enter the address for where services will be rendered. After completing this information, click Verify Address below. Enter the phone number for the practice location and then click Save at the bottom to complete this tab. Now let's click on the Program and Services Participation tab on the left. Once we're in this tab, click the Add Program and Service Participation button on the bottom. To begin the Program and Services Participation tab, you will click the drop-down in the Program section and select Acute Care Fee-for-Service. Next, in the Services Provided section, select your primary taxonomy, provider type, provider specialty, and if applicable, provider subspecialty from the drop-downs. Keep in mind, if the correct provider type is not populating, you will need to add an appropriate taxonomy in MPES. Updating the taxonomy using the link we reviewed earlier on the provider information page. Once an eligible taxonomy is reflected that is applicable for your provider type, the correct provider type will display in PEMS. For now, scroll past the license certifications accreditation section, and we'll come back to this. Complete the demographics section by clicking each of the drop-downs and making a selection. Next, answer the yes or no questions within the program-specific question section. Answer no to the Healthy Texas Women question and click Save on the bottom. Now scroll back up and click the Program and Services Participation tab on the left after saving. Then go back into the program you added by clicking the ellipses. Scroll down to the License Certifications Accreditation section and click Association License Certification Accreditation. Select the license we entered within the License tab and save. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Save. Now, both tabs will be reflected as completed with blue check circles: the Basic Information tab and the Program and Services Participation tab. Click the back button in the blue header to electronically sign the HHSC agreement before submitting. I would like to call out, for an ordering and referring provider application, the application fee and attachment section are not required. Let's complete the request by clicking on the Agreements tab to e-sign the HHSC enrollment agreement before submitting your request. To e-sign the HHSC agreement, click the ellipses on the right and select Authorized Signatory from the drop-down. Enter the email address for for where you would like the HHSC agreement to be sent and click Activate Agreement. You will receive an email from PMHP with a link to the agreement. Click the link to access the HHSC agreement. You will be prompted to enter a security password. The password will be the last 4 digits of the enrolling provider's Social Security number. Once this is entered, follow the prompts within the agreement to e-sign. To avoid any deficiencies, sign the provider's name exactly like it is listed, without any titles, initials, or nicknames. Click Apply and click to sign. You will receive a message confirming the HHSC agreement has been successfully signed. You will now need to submit the request to complete the enrollment process. Going back to our Agreements tab. Sometimes the agreement can take a few minutes to reflect as signed. You can click the Agreements tab to refresh this page after e-signing or come back in later. Now that it shows as signed, click Submit on the bottom to submit the request to our Provider Enrollment Department for review. If any information is not completed, PMHP will trigger a deficiency. That section that needs to be completed or updated will be indicated with a red circle. When you make a correction, you still might see the red circle. However, once the corrections have been made, come back over to the Agreements tab to submit your request. Once the request is submitted, click OK after receiving this message in the pop-up box. This pop-up box will also display the request number of your request. To check on the status of your request, go back to the PMHP dashboard. Within the PMHP dashboard, click Request in the upper left corner. You can search by the NPI or request number for the submitted request. This will show the status of your request. Right now, we see it is in PE review. However, if we require any deficiency corrections before TMHP can approve the request, you will see a status indicating pending provider response. Go back into the request by clicking the ellipses and selecting Open. After making the corrections, you will resubmit the request by going back to the Agreements tab and clicking Submit again. If you require any assistance with correcting any deficiencies, please feel free to reach out to TMHP.